ShortMeTina here, once again from ShortMeTina.com with my nightly recap. We're going to kick it off as usual with the overall markets. So, you know, I have not changed my tune since I started doing these video recaps, I want to say around mid-October, when the correction or the crash started. And I kind of maintain, right? So for me, overall, the market has been trading in a channel dating back to 2017. That channel, we can say 260 right here represents support. 280 represents resistance. So when it gets to 260s, buyers step in, shoots it up. Once it gets to around 280, like we saw here, sellers come in, and then the price of the ETF is actually driven down, right? 260, we get that bounce. Here, 280, we kind of overshot a little bit, but it definitely gravitated back, crashed through that 280 resistance, and the rest is kind of history. We went as low, although we tried, I want to say 3 times, we tried to penetrate that 280 level. We did it here, here, and here. So October we made attempts, November we made attempts, December we made attempts to no avail, ended up crashing, went as low as 234 on Christmas Eve, and then since then I'm rushing, I'm talking really quickly, and since then we've actually bounced to appreciate about we can say a little, I want to say 14%, somewhere around there. So we're sitting here at 263. So for me, again, we overshot a little bit too quickly. I personally would like to see the SPY pull back, consolidate around its initial support, which is around, not initial, that 260 pivot. I want the SPY to pull back to 260 and consolidate and base around there. If we can do that, I'll be more confident in the next leg up. What else do we have? All right, similar story with IWM. V-shaped rally, I don't like them. I don't think that they're sustainable. So for the IWM, that pivot spot is 145 in my opinion, and we've actually been hanging around there for the past 4 or 5 days. So we have been consolidating in the shorter term. I think this actually bodes well for it to continue its next leg up. So definitely pay attention to IWM and that 145 area. What else do we have? All right, AMD up about 5% on the day. I don't want to say laughable, but let's look at what's been going on in terms of price action, right? We kind of topped out here in September. We went as high as, what's the high? Went as high as 34, and then we pulled all the way back to around a low of 16, 17, right? Shedding something like, I don't know, do the math, 40% or so. Since then, since October, AMD has been, right, trading within, in my opinion, a channel. I love to trade channels. Support, resistance, support, resistance. It's been trading within a channel, minus here with this little overshoot. So for me, the best thing to do, the best way to play this, and I know, again, I have been saying that it's going to sell off at some point. This has been my messaging for the past few weeks, that the rallies have not been sustained, and it's true, the rallies have not been sustained. You usually have that pullback, that correction, and I know I've said that I believe that at some point, AMD is going to revisit 14 or 15. Sitting here at 2085, the fact that we've actually hung out here since October, I'm not saying that that's not likely, but you know, you kind of have to pay attention when the patterns start to change. And it's I don't want to, you know, I don't want to definitively say that it's shifted, but right now we've we've remained within this channel. So for me, that there is a chance that we will pull back to that 16 level, but there is also a chance that we can actually break out of this resistance level of around 22. If I had to place a bet, it would be on the short side because, again, rallies have not been sustained, and that's very telling. What else do we have? All right, SGYP. Very interesting. One, I don't really like penny stocks, but I said not to call me until this stock is trading above, let's say, that 45 cent mark, right? So today we are actually up about, and I say we, I'm not in this particular trade, I was never in this trade, but the stock is up about 15% on the day. We did get as high as 47 cents to then pull back and close at 37 cents, right? So for me, that's not the action that I'm looking for. I want, obviously, for it to overshoot to that level, but I actually wanted to actually, why have I used the word actually like 10 times in one sentence? I don't know. But let's move forward. So for SGYP, granted, again, I wanted it to trade above 40 to 45 cents, but it's not about just getting to that level. It's actually sustaining the movement. And the fact that we pulled back to close at 37 cents, for me, that's not very sustained. I'm expecting further downside. Again, SGYP, I'd stay away. What else do we have? All right, ticker NBEV daily chart. I'll make this really quick. I actually like the setup, but with everything, you have to wait for confirmation. So I'm actually waiting for confirmation. Put ticker NBEV on your watch list. In my opinion, it's setting up for an explosive move, but you have to wait for that confirmation. What else do we have? Ticker ACB daily chart. I've done tons of videos, so I'm not going to go over exactly what I'm looking at. So if you're interested, go to my YouTube page at ShortMeTina or ShortMeTina.com. In any search field or filter, put in ACB. All the videos that I've done will come up. I am still overall longer term bullish in the marijuana space and on ticker ACB. As long as we can stay, I'm not going to discuss entries, exit, etc. Sitting here at 662, as long as we can stay above, let's say, that $4.50 to $5 mark, you should be good. What else do we have? All right, ticker RWLK daily chart. Up about 21%, huge day, right? Closed at 28 cents. We finally broke through that resistance dating back to November of 2018. That resistance level of around, let's call it 25 cents. Again, we closed at 28. So that's actually pretty good. So going into tomorrow and the next week, the month, you kind of want the stock to trade above that 25 cents level. If it can do that, again, preferably if it can base or consolidate, that's also good. But even if it overshoots, that's fine. As long as it can stay above 25 cents, I think you have a real shot at around filling this gap here of around 40 cents. Remain bullish on ticker RWLK. What else do we have? All right, PCG. I'm going to make this really quick. I see an after hours quote of around 1332. So we're up huge on the day. Just a word of caution here. I'm not saying not to get long. That's on you. I personally wouldn't get long after such a massive move. One thing that I've learned after trading for, I don't know, 15, 16 years now, one thing that I've learned is that generally speaking, when folks want to unload, like, quote unquote, big money, they don't do it into weakness. Obviously, that doesn't make any sense. They unload into strength, right? So I'm not quite sure exactly what this is. Maybe it's that, maybe it's not. But again, I'd be very cautious here, considering it's up so much. That's all, just a word of caution. So we're going to wrap it there. ShortMeTina once again from ShortMeTina.com. If you enjoyed any portion of this video, do two things for me. One, head on over to my YouTube page at ShortMeTina. Hit that subscribe button. You have to hit it, right? You know why? Guess why? I do videos every single day. This ensures that you will not miss not one video. Then head on over to ShortMeTina.com. Sign up. Why? Why, you ask? Because I give you information behind the scenes as well. Become a member, right? Super important. Become part of our team. Thank you for listening. And as always, bottom of my heart, thank you for listening.